Every single day, without you knowing, rocks from space are hitting Earth. Right now, as you watch this, most are tiny. Most burn up before they even reach the ground. But what if they didn't? What if a meteor, any size you pick, actually made it through and hit us? Today we're going from a basketball all the way to something so big it doesn't even have a comparison on Earth. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never look at the sky the same way again. Let's size this up. Level 1. The size of a basketball. Okay, a basketball, 24 centimeters wide, traveling at 70,000 kilometers per hour. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. A basketball-sized meteor hits with the force of a small bomb. We're talking a crater the size of a living room. Windows shattered for miles around. Anyone standing within 100 meters? Gone. The good news, it would burn up in a spectacular fireball that would light up the entire sky. The bad news, you'd have about 2 seconds of warning. The absurd news, this actually happens multiple times a year. Somewhere on Earth right now, a basketball-sized rock is on its way. Sleep well. Level 2. The size of a car. Now we're talking. A car-sized meteor, about 4 meters wide, releases energy equivalent to a small nuclear bomb when it hits the atmosphere. Remember the Chelyabinsk meteor in Russia in 2013? That was roughly car-sized. It exploded 30 kilometers above the ground, never even touched the surface, and still shattered windows in 6 cities simultaneously. Over 1,500 people were injured just from broken glass. It released 30 times more energy than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, from a rock the size of your Honda Civic. Level 3. The size of a house. A house-sized meteor, around 50 meters wide, is where things get genuinely catastrophic. This is the Tunguska event of 1908. A meteor roughly this size exploded over Siberia and flattened 2,000 square kilometers of forest. 80 million trees knocked down instantly. If it had hit London, the entire city would have been wiped off the map. If it hit New York, same story. The terrifying part, we didn't even see it coming in 1908. And honestly, our detection systems today would give us maybe 3 days warning for something this size. 3 days to evacuate a major city. Level 4, the size of a ship. We're now talking about a meteor 300 to 500 meters wide. This hits the ground. No burning up in the atmosphere. No gentle explosion in the sky. This hits the ground. The impact crater would be 5 kilometers wide. The shock wave would level every building within 50 kilometers instantly. The heat pulse would set everything within 100 kilometers on fire simultaneously. If it hits the ocean, which covers 70% of Earth so statistically likely, it triggers a mega tsunami. Walls of water 100 meters tall racing toward every coastline on Earth at the speed of a jet plane. Entire coastal cities, New York, Tokyo, London, Cairo, gone within hours. Global death toll, hundreds of millions. Level 5, the size of a building. A kilometer-wide meteor. This is the threshold scientists call civilization's ending. The impact releases more energy than every nuclear weapon ever built, detonated simultaneously. The crater alone would be 20 kilometers wide. The immediate blast kills everything within 500 kilometers. The debris launched into the atmosphere blocks sunlight globally for 2 to 3 years. No sunlight means no crops. No crops means no food. Within 2 years, billions are dead not from the impact, but from starvation and the wars that follow. This is not science fiction. There are rocks this size with Earth's name on them. We just haven't found them all yet. Level 6. The size of Mount Everest, 10 kilometers wide. We don't need to speculate about this one. We know exactly what happens. Because it already happened. 66 million years ago. The Chicxulub impactor, roughly this size, hit what is now Mexico. It released energy 2 million times more powerful than the largest nuclear bomb ever detonated. The impact triggered earthquakes that dwarfed anything in recorded history. Every volcano on Earth erupted simultaneously. The sky turned black for a decade. 75% of all species on Earth went extinct, including every non-bird dinosaur that had dominated the planet for 165 million years. Gone. In geological terms, overnight. Humanity has existed for 300,000 years. The dinosaurs lasted 165 million. The meteor didn't care. Level 7. The size of a planet. Okay, we're going full absurd now. A planet-sized object hitting Earth. This doesn't create a crater. This doesn't cause a tsunami. This ends Earth. The two objects would merge, vaporize, and reform into an entirely new molten blob of rock hurtling through space. Actually, this already happened too. Around 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized object called Theia crashed into the early Earth. The debris from that collision, your moon, just floating up there. A reminder that Earth has already survived a planetary collision. Though survived is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. So there you have it. From a basketball that could ruin your afternoon, to a planet that would end everything and create a new one. The universe is violent, chaotic, and absolutely indifferent to our existence. And yet here we are, on a rock that has survived billions of years of cosmic bombardment, still spinning, still here. NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office tracks thousands of near-Earth objects right now. And in 2022, we actually successfully redirected an asteroid for the first time in history, the DART mission. We're getting better at this, but the rocks keep coming. Drop a comment. Which size scared you the most? I'm betting it's not the one you expected. Next week, what if the Earth stopped spinning for just 1 second? Subscribe. You're going to want to see that one.